Have you ever felt like you were born for something greater? Like there's a calling deep inside you that you haven't fully understood yet? Pope John Paul II, in his wisdom, often spoke about how God marks his chosen ones from the womb, leaving hidden signs in every detail of their lives, including the month of their birth. During a moment of deep prayer, in a state of divine ecstasy, the Pope received one of the most extraordinary revelations of his life. With eyes shining with a supernatural light, he understood a mystery guarded for decades. Each month carries a specific divine purpose, a sacred mark that indicates the mission of each soul. The beloved Polish Pope, who led the Catholic Church for over 26 years, began to notice spiritual patterns among the people he counseled. During countless hours of pastoral care, listening to the yearnings of thousands of souls, he noticed something impressive. Those born in the same month shared similar spiritual characteristics, faced similar challenges, and most surprisingly, possessed aligned divine missions. It wasn't a coincidence, but rather God's perfect plan manifesting itself, as it's written in Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. It's not by chance that you were born in the exact month you came into this world. The year, Pope John Paul II explained, is like a great celestial mosaic, where each month represents a unique piece with a gift, a calling, and a mission. The Pope dedicated years to contemplating this mystery, receiving visions during his long nights of prayer when the world slept and only candles illuminated his private chapel. It was in these moments of deep spiritual ecstasy that he understood the truth. God doesn't choose randomly. Each birth carries an undeniable divine purpose. Now, you might be wondering, what does this mean for me? Well, my friend, it means that your birth month isn't just a random fact about you. It's a key to understanding your spiritual purpose, your unique gifts, and the challenges you're meant to overcome. It's as if God himself whispered a secret into your soul the moment you took your first breath. Are you ready to unlock this divine mystery? To discover the hidden purpose behind your birth month? Join us on this extraordinary journey as we explore the profound wisdom revealed by Pope John Paul II. It's time to uncover your true spiritual calling and embrace the mission God has uniquely designed for you. Let's dive deeper into this fascinating revelation. Pope John Paul II's insight into the spiritual significance of birth months isn't just a beautiful idea. It's a powerful tool for understanding our place in God's grand design. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever felt a strange connection to others born in the same month as you? Or noticed recurring themes in your life that seem tied to the season of your birth? These aren't mere coincidences. The Pope observed that those born in January, for example, often possess a unique ability to see hope in the darkest of times. They're like divine visionaries, carrying a special light that allows them to perceive what others might miss. February children, on the other hand, often have hearts that beat in rhythm with God's own. They're incredibly sensitive to the suffering of others, unable to ignore pain when they see it. But why does this matter? Well, understanding the spiritual significance of your birth month can be life-changing. It's like finding a map that shows you not just where you are, but where you're meant to go. It can explain why you feel drawn to certain causes, why you face particular challenges, and why you have the unique gifts you possess. Pope John Paul II didn't just theorize about this. He saw it play out in the lives of countless individuals he counseled over the years. He noticed how those born in March often had an incredible ability to bring renewal, like a spiritual springtime. April babies, they were often spiritual warriors, ready to face battles with love and truth as their weapons. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds a bit like astrology. But it's important to understand that this isn't about stars or zodiac signs. This is about God's intentional design, His perfect plan for each of us. It's about recognizing that the timing of our birth wasn't random, but purposeful. Imagine for a moment that your life is like a beautifully crafted book. The month you were born is like the genre of that book. It gives you a hint about the kind of story God is writing through your life. Are you a mystery waiting to be solved? An adventure ready to be embarked upon? A love story meant to touch hearts? Your birth month holds the key to understanding your unique spiritual genre. But here's the really exciting part. Knowing this doesn't limit you. Instead, it empowers you. It gives you a starting point, a foundation to build upon. It helps you understand your natural strengths, the challenges you might face, and the incredible potential God has placed within you. As we continue this journey together, we'll explore each month in detail, uncovering the hidden treasures God has placed within each one. You'll begin to see your life, your purpose, and your relationship with God in a whole new light. Are you ready to discover the divine fingerprint on your soul? If this is already making you reflect on your life and purpose, why not take a moment to subscribe to our channel? You won't want to miss the revelations coming up in the next parts of this video. Let's continue this transformative journey together. Now let's delve into the heart of Pope John Paul II's profound revelation. He discovered that each month carries a unique spiritual signature, a divine blueprint for the souls born within it. This isn't just about personality traits or general tendencies. It's about a sacred calling, a mission entrusted to you by God Himself. Let's start with May. Those born in this month, according to the Pope's insights, are often the prophets of joy. If you're a May baby, you might find that you have an uncanny ability to bring light into dark situations. You carry a happiness that doesn't falter in the face of adversity. It's as if you've been given a special pair of glasses that allow you to see the silver lining in every cloud. But this gift comes with a responsibility. You're called to be a beacon of hope in a world that often feels hopeless. Moving on to June, we find the kingdom builders. If this is your birth month, you might have a natural talent for organization and planning. You see potential where others see chaos. Like Nehemiah rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, you have the ability to turn ruins into strongholds of faith. Your mission is to construct not just physical structures, but spiritual ones, building communities, fostering relationships, and creating spaces where faith can flourish. July babies, the Pope observed, often carry the spirit of liberation. If you're born in July, you might find yourself drawn to breaking chains, whether they're physical, emotional, or spiritual. You have a keen sense for injustice and a burning desire to set things right. Your challenge is to learn how to use this passion effectively, to liberate without destroying, to free without abandoning. Those born in August often emerge as guardians of truth. In a world full of misinformation and half-truths, August babies are called to stand firm in what's right. You might find yourself naturally drawn to seek out and defend the truth, even when it's unpopular. Your mission is to be a voice of clarity in confusing times, but remember, truth without love can be harsh. Your challenge is to speak truth with compassion. September brings us the Transformers. If this is your birth month, you might notice you have a knack for catalyzing change. Whether it's in people's hearts or in environments, you bring a fresh perspective that often leads to positive transformation. Your mission is to be an agent of positive change, but be prepared. Change often meets resistance, and you'll need patience and perseverance. October, children are often the conquerors. You're not afraid to face impossible odds. In fact, you might find that you thrive when the stakes are high. Your mission is to push boundaries, to go where others fear to tread. But remember, true conquest isn't about domination. It's about overcoming, both in yourself and in the world around you. As we uncover these divine assignments, remember, this isn't about limiting you. It's about illuminating the unique way God has equipped you to impact the world. Your birth month is like a spiritual starting point, a launch pad for the incredible journey God has planned for you. In our next segment, we'll explore more birth months and dive deeper into how you can embrace your divine calling. Stay with us, your spiritual awakening is just beginning. Let's bring these revelations to life with some powerful stories of people who've embraced their birth month callings. These testimonies, shared with Pope John Paul II over the years, illustrate how understanding our divine purpose can transform lives. Meet Sarah, born in November. She always felt a strange pull towards prayer, often finding herself interceding for others without fully understanding why. When she learned about the Pope's insights, it all clicked. November, he revealed, is the month of intercessors. Sarah's story is remarkable. She started a prayer group in her small town, and within months they were witnessing miracles. Broken relationships healed, addictions overcome, and even a few unexplainable medical recoveries. I used to think my constant urge to pray was a burden, Sarah shared. Now I know it's my superpower. Then there's Michael, a December baby. He always felt out of place, drawn to shine light in the darkest corners of society. The Pope's revelation about December children being bearers of light gave him the courage to start an outreach program in the most crime-ridden part of his city. I used to be scared of the dark, Michael admitted, but now I understand that's exactly where I'm meant to bring light. His program has helped dozens of at-risk youth find hope and purpose. Lisa, born in January, embodies the divine visionary characteristics of her birth month. She had vivid prophetic dreams since childhood, but often felt isolated because of them. Understanding her calling helped her embrace this gift. She now leads a ministry that helps people interpret their dreams through a spiritual lens. I'm no longer afraid of what I see, Lisa said. I know God is using me as his messenger. For Tom, an April-born spiritual warrior, life had always felt like a constant battle. He struggled with anger issues until he learned about his birth month's calling. I realized I wasn't meant to fight against people, but for them, Tom explained. He channeled his warrior spirit into advocacy work, fighting against human trafficking. His passionate approach has led to significant policy changes in his state. Emily, born in February, always felt others' pain deeply, often to her own detriment. Learning about February's connection to divine compassion helped her set healthy boundaries while still honoring her gift. She became a counselor, specializing in grief therapy. I used to think I was too sensitive, Emily shared. Now I see my sensitivity as a tool to help heal broken hearts. Lastly, there's David, a March baby. He had a knack for breathing new life into dying situations, whether it was reviving failing businesses or restoring broken relationships. Understanding his renewal calling gave him confidence. He now consults with churches nationwide, helping them revitalize their communities. I'm not just fixing things, David said. I'm participating in God's work of making all things new. These stories show us that when we align with our divine purpose, extraordinary things happen. It's not about being perfect or having an easy life. It's about understanding the unique way God has equipped us to make a difference in the world. Your story could be the next powerful testimony. As you reflect on these experiences, consider how your birth month might be shaping your spiritual journey. If you're feeling inspired and want to dive deeper into this topic, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. We have so much more to explore together on this incredible spiritual journey. Now that we've explored some inspiring stories, let's talk about how you can identify spiritual signs in your own life. Pope John Paul II emphasized that God speaks to us constantly, but we often miss these divine whispers. Your birth month is just the beginning. It's a key that can unlock a deeper understanding of the spiritual patterns in your life. First, pay attention to recurring themes. Do you find yourself constantly drawn to certain activities or causes? For example, if you're born in July and feel a persistent urge to help people break free from harmful situations, that's not a coincidence. It's a sign of your liberator calling. These recurring themes are like spiritual breadcrumbs, leading you towards your divine purpose. Next, listen to your heart's deepest desires. What makes you feel most alive? What injustices make your blood boil? These strong emotions are often indicators of your spiritual calling. If you're an August-born truth guardian, you might feel particularly upset by dishonesty or misinformation. That's not just a personality quirk, it's a divine prompt. Watch for coincidences, those moments when everything seems to align perfectly. Maybe you're a September transformer, and you keep finding yourself in situations where your presence catalyzes positive change. These aren't random events, they're divine appointments. Start recognizing them as confirmations of your spiritual path. Dreams and visions can also be powerful spiritual indicators. If you're a January-born visionary, you might experience vivid dreams or sudden flashes of insight. Don't dismiss these experiences. Keep a dream journal and look for patterns. You might be surprised at the spiritual guidance hidden in your subconscious. Pay attention to the compliments you receive. Often, others can see our gifts more clearly than we can. If people consistently praise you for certain qualities, like your ability to bring joy as a May-born prophet of happiness, it's likely pointing to your spiritual calling. Consider the challenges you face. Our greatest struggles often align with our greatest purpose. If you're a June-born kingdom builder, you might find yourself constantly facing situations that require organization and structure. These challenges are opportunities to flex your spiritual muscles. Listen to the still, small voice inside. In moments of quiet reflection or prayer, what thoughts or ideas consistently come to mind? This inner prompting is often the Holy Spirit guiding you towards your divine purpose. Look at your childhood. What games did you enjoy? What roles did you naturally assume in group activities? These early inclinations often hint at our spiritual calling. An October-born conqueror might have always been the one to take on the impossible tasks in games. Finally, pay attention to the doors that open and close in your life. Sometimes, God guides us by closing certain paths and opening others. If you're a December light-bearer, you might find opportunities arising to speak hope into dark situations. Remember, identifying these spiritual signs isn't about forcing yourself into a box. It's about becoming aware of the unique way God is working in and through you. As you start recognizing these signs, you'll gain a clearer picture of your divine purpose. Take some time to reflect on these points. What patterns do you see in your life? How might your birth month be influencing your spiritual journey? The more aware you become, the more you can align with God's amazing plan for your life. As we delve deeper into this profound revelation, from Pope John Paul II, it's crucial to understand that your birth month isn't just about individual purpose. It's about your role in the grand tapestry of God's plan. Each month, with its unique spiritual signature, contributes to the harmony of creation. Let's explore how this understanding can transform your daily life and deepen your faith. If you're born in November, for instance, your intercessory calling isn't just about praying. It's about being a living bridge between heaven and earth. Your prayers are like spiritual synapses, connecting divine will with earthly need. This means that even in mundane moments, while you're cooking dinner or commuting to work, your thoughts and whispered prayers carry immense spiritual power. For those born in October, your conquering spirit isn't about personal achievement. It's about pushing back the boundaries of what's possible in God's kingdom. When you face a challenge, remember, you're not just overcoming an obstacle, you're expanding the territory of faith. Your perseverance in difficult times becomes a beacon of hope for others. December babies, as bearers of light, have a particularly important role in today's world. In an era often described as spiritually dark, your presence is like a candle in the window, guiding lost souls home. Your joy, your kindness, even your smile can be the light that someone desperately needs. Never underestimate the power of your positive presence. For January visionaries, your gift goes beyond mere foresight. You're called to be like the biblical watchman, alerting others to both dangers and opportunities on the spiritual horizon. Your insights aren't just for you. They're meant to guide and protect your community. February's compassionate souls might sometimes feel overwhelmed by the world's pain. But remember, your sensitivity is a reflection of God's own heart. When you comfort someone, you're not just being kind, you're channeling divine love. Your empathy is a healing balm in a wounded world. March renewers, your calling is particularly vital in times of crisis. When others see only decay, you can spot the seeds of new life. Your optimism isn't naive, it's prophetic. You're called to be like Ezekiel, speaking life into valleys of dry bones. If you're born in April, your warrior spirit is needed now more than ever. But remember, your battles are won not through force, but through love, truth, and unwavering faith. Your courage inspires others to stand firm in their convictions. May's joy-bringers have a critical mission in a world often gripped by fear and anxiety. Your laughter, your optimism, your ability to celebrate life, these are powerful weapons. Against despair, you're not just spreading happiness, you're dispensing hope. For June's builders, your task is to create spaces, physical, emotional, and spiritual, where others can encounter God. Whether you're organizing a community event or simply making your home a haven of peace, you're constructing kingdoms of grace. July liberators, your calling extends beyond breaking chains. You're meant to show others what true freedom in Christ looks like. Your life should be a testament to the liberty found in surrendering to God's will. As you embrace these deeper aspects of your spiritual calling, you'll find your faith life enriched and your impact multiplied. You're not just living for yourself. Nike, you're playing a vital role in God's master plan. If you're finding this journey of discovery meaningful, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. We have so much more to explore about living out your divine purpose. Let's continue growing in faith together as we near the end of our journey through Pope John Paul II's remarkable revelation. It's time to connect all the dots and reflect deeply on what this means for each of us. This isn't just about understanding our birth months. It's about recognizing our place in God's grand design and embracing our role in His story. Think about it. Every person you meet, every soul you encounter carries a unique divine purpose linked to their birth month. How might this change the way you interact with others? Perhaps that colleague born in August, who always seems to be seeking truth, isn't just being difficult, they're fulfilling their God-given role as a guardian of truth. Maybe your friend born in May, who always manages to cheer you up, is actually channeling their divine calling as a prophet of joy. Now let's turn the mirror on ourselves. How is your life aligned with the spiritual signature of your birth month? If you're a September transformer, can you recall instances where your presence catalyzed positive change? For those born in December, how have you been a light in someone's darkness recently? But here's a crucial point. Understanding your birth month's spiritual significance doesn't limit you, it empowers you. It's not about fitting into a box, but about recognizing the unique tools God has given you to fulfill your purpose. A March renewer can still be a powerful intercessor, and an April warrior can be a compassionate healer. Your birth month is your starting point, not your boundary. Consider this. What if the challenges you've faced in life aren't random hardships, but divine training grounds? If you're an October conqueror, perhaps those seemingly insurmountable obstacles were actually preparing you for your greatest victories. For July liberators, maybe your own struggles with freedom have equipped you to help others break free. Now, let's ponder some deeper questions. How might your understanding of your spiritual calling shape your decisions moving forward? If you're a June builder, how could you use your gift to construct spaces of faith in your community? For February's compassionate souls, how can you balance your empathy with self-care to sustain your ministry of comfort? Remember, this revelation isn't just about individual purpose. It's about our collective role in God's kingdom. Imagine a world where everyone recognized and lived out their divine calling. How would our families, communities, and nations be transformed? As we conclude, I want you to take a moment to reflect on this truth. You are not an accident. The month of your birth, the unique blend of gifts you possess, the challenges you face, all of these are part of God's intentional design for your life. You are a custom-made instrument in the grand orchestra of creation, playing a note that only you can play. So what's your next step? How will you start living more intentionally according to your divine purpose? Perhaps it's time to journal about the patterns you've noticed in your life. Maybe you need to have a conversation with a trusted friend or spiritual advisor about how to better align your life with your calling. Or possibly, this is your moment to step out in faith and start that ministry or project you've been dreaming about. Your journey of discovery is just beginning. As you move forward, remember, every day is an opportunity to live out your divine purpose, to be the person God created you to be. You are called, you are chosen, and you are deeply loved. If this message has touched your heart and you want to continue exploring your spiritual journey, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Let's walk this path of faith together, discovering the beautiful purpose God has for each of us. As we come to the close of our exploration into the divine purpose behind our birth months, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound implications of Pope John Paul II's revelation. This isn't just about understanding ourselves better, it's about recognizing the intricate tapestry of God's plan for humanity. Imagine, if you will, a grand cosmic symphony. Each of us is an instrument, carefully crafted by the divine conductor. The month of our birth is like the first note we're meant to play, setting the tone for our entire spiritual journey. But here's the beautiful part. While we each have our own unique sound, it's when we play together that the true majesty of God's composition is revealed. Think about the people in your life, your spouse, your children, your friends, even that neighbor you barely know. Each of them carries a specific spiritual signature, a divine purpose linked to their birth month. How might this knowledge transform your relationships? Perhaps it will inspire more patience, understanding, and appreciation for the unique role each person plays in God's grand design. But let's go deeper. This revelation challenges us to look beyond ourselves and our immediate circles. In a world often divided by differences, imagine the unity that could be fostered if we recognize the divine purpose in every person we meet. The cashier at the grocery store, the stranger on the bus, the colleague you disagree with, all of them have a God-given role to play. How might this shift our perspective on human dignity and worth? Now, let's turn our gaze inward once more. Armed with this knowledge of your spiritual birthright, how will you approach your life moving forward? Will you continue to live as you always have? Or will you embrace the divine calling whispered to your soul from the moment of your birth? Remember, with great knowledge comes great responsibility. Understanding your spiritual purpose isn't just a fascinating insight, it's a call to action. If you're an August truth guardian, how will you stand for truth in a world often clouded by deception? If you're a February compassion bearer, how will you let God's love flow through you to heal a hurting world? But here's a crucial point. Embracing your divine purpose doesn't mean your life will suddenly become easy. In fact, it might become more challenging. You may face opposition, doubt, and setbacks. Yet, isn't that the nature of any great calling? Think of the biblical heroes. Moses, David, Esther, Paul, all faced tremendous obstacles in fulfilling their divine purpose. Your challenges are not a sign that you're on the wrong path. They're often confirmation that you're aligning with God's will. As we conclude, I want to leave you with this powerful truth. You are not a cosmic accident. You are not a random collection of cells and experiences. You are a deliberate, intentional creation of the Almighty God. The very moment of your birth was divinely orchestrated to set you on a path of purpose. So, I challenge you, step into your divine calling with courage and conviction. Let the spiritual signature of your birth month be a launching pad for a life lived with intention and purpose. Whether you're a January visionary, an April warrior, a July liberator, or a December light bearer, know that you have a unique and irreplaceable role in God's kingdom. And remember, this journey of discovery and purpose is not meant to be walked alone. We are all part of this beautiful divine symphony. Support one another, encourage each other, and together, let's create a harmony that resonates with God's love and purpose. As you leave this video, carry with you this question. How will you play your unique note in God's grand symphony today? Your purpose is waiting to be lived out. Your divine calling is eager to be fulfilled. The world is waiting for the gift that only you can give. May you walk forward with the confidence of knowing you are divinely purposed, infinitely loved, and eternally significant. This is not the end. It's just the beginning of your journey into living out your true spiritual calling. Friends, we've just embarked on an incredible journey of spiritual discovery together. But this is only the beginning. Your journey to understanding and living out your divine purpose is ongoing, and we want to continue walking this path with you. If this message has resonated with you, if you've felt a stirring in your soul as we've explored the spiritual significance of birth months, we invite you to take action. First and foremost, hit that subscribe button right now. By subscribing to our channel, you're ensuring that you won't miss any future insights and revelations that could further illuminate your spiritual path. But don't stop there. We want to hear from you. What month were you born in? How does the spiritual calling associated with your birth month resonate with your life experiences? Share your thoughts, your stories, and your revelations in the comments below. Your insight could be the very thing that helps another viewer understand their own calling. Remember, we're all part of a greater spiritual community. By sharing this video with your friends and family, you're not just spreading information, you're potentially helping others discover their divine purpose. Who knows? Your share could be the catalyst that sets someone on their path to spiritual fulfillment. Lastly, we encourage you to reflect deeply on what you've learned today. Take some time in prayer or meditation to ask God how you can more fully embrace your spiritual calling. Journal your thoughts, your questions, and the ways you plan to live out your purpose. Together, let's create a community of purpose-driven individuals, each playing their unique note in God's grand symphony. Subscribe, comment, share, and most importantly, live out your divine calling. The world is waiting for the gift only you can give. Let's continue this incredible journey together.